Have you ever wondered why some women are deeply respected, admired, and impossible to manipulate, while others unknowingly give away their power with just a few words? What if I told you that there are two things a wise woman never tells a man, not because she is hiding something, but because she understands the value of her energy, her dignity, and her silence? Ask yourself, are you revealing too much too soon? Are your words making you stronger or making you vulnerable? Are you giving away the very things that should be protected? Wisdom is not found in speaking more. Wisdom is knowing what deserves to remain sacred. Stay with me until the end, because today I will reveal the two things a wise woman never shares with a man, why they silently determine the level of respect she receives, and how mastering this ancient wisdom can completely transform the way men perceive and value her. By the end of this message, you will understand how two simple acts of wisdom can protect your peace, strengthen your self-worth, and inspire genuine respect in every relationship, without manipulation, without games, and without ever pretending to be someone you are not. 1. The power of sacred silence. There is a kind of power that cannot be seen, yet everyone can feel it the moment it enters a room. It does not announce itself. It does not seek approval. It does not compete for attention. It simply exists, calm, grounded, and unshaken. That power is silence. Many people misunderstand silence. They believe silence means weakness. They believe that if they do not explain themselves, they will not be understood. They fear that if they do not constantly share their thoughts, feelings, and experiences, they will somehow become invisible. But wisdom teaches something entirely different. Silence is not the absence of words. It is the presence of awareness. A wise woman understands that her words carry energy. Every time she speaks, she gives away a part of that energy. This is why she does not speak carelessly. She chooses her words with intention because she understands that what she reveals becomes something others can interpret, judge, misuse, or take for granted. Not every thought deserves to be spoken. Not every emotion deserves immediate expression. Not every question deserves an answer. The world has conditioned many people to believe that transparency means revealing everything. They are told that honesty means speaking every thought that crosses their mind. But honesty and wisdom are not the same thing. Wisdom understands timing. Imagine a beautiful garden protected by an ancient gate. Would you allow every stranger to walk freely inside simply because they asked? Of course not. You would first observe their intentions. You would determine whether they deserve access. Your inner world deserves the same protection. A wise woman does not allow everyone to enter her emotional and spiritual garden simply because they are curious. She understands that access is earned, not freely given. There is something extraordinary about people who are comfortable with silence. They do not rush to fill every pause in a conversation. They do not become uncomfortable when others know less about them. They understand that mystery is not manipulation. Mystery is simply respecting the sacredness of one's own existence. You do not owe anyone immediate access to your deepest thoughts. You do not owe explanations for every decision you make. You do not owe constant updates about your life, your plans, or your dreams. When a woman learns this truth, she begins to move differently through life. She becomes more observant. She begins to listen more than she speaks. She notices how people reveal their character when given the opportunity to talk freely. She sees what motivates them. She understands their values. She observes whether their words align with their actions. Silence becomes her teacher. There is a reason why water reflects most clearly when it is still. The same principle applies to the human mind. When you are constantly speaking, constantly explaining, and constantly seeking validation, you create noise within yourself. But silence creates clarity. Some women lose their power because they speak too soon. They reveal their ambitions before they have begun their journey. They reveal their insecurities before trust has been established. They reveal their intentions before understanding another person's character. Then they wonder why they feel emotionally exhausted. Silence protects energy. Silence protects peace. Silence protects dignity. A wise woman understands that people often reveal themselves when they are not given immediate access to her thoughts. She does not feel pressured to prove who she is. She knows that her actions will speak louder than any explanation she could offer. There is tremendous confidence in saying less. confidence does not need to announce itself. Confidence does not chase understanding. Confidence remains calm, even when misunderstood. Sometimes, silence is the most respectful answer. Sometimes, silence is the greatest form of self-respect. The truth is that many relationships suffer because people speak when they should observe. They reveal when they should reflect. They explain when they should simply remain present. Sacred silence is not about becoming cold or emotionally unavailable. It is about recognizing that your words are valuable. When something is valuable, it should never be treated carelessly. Diamonds are protected because they are precious. Your peace deserves the same protection. The most powerful people in the world are not necessarily those who speak the loudest. Often, they are the ones who understand that silence creates presence. Their calmness commands attention without demanding it. A wise woman walks into a room without needing to convince anyone of her value. She knows that genuine worth does not require constant advertisement. She allows others to discover who she is through time, consistency, and character. The less you feel the need to explain yourself, the more freedom you begin to experience. And yet, there is one thing even more precious than silence, a part of yourself that should never be placed into the hands of someone who has not earned your trust. That begins with your deepest emotional world. 2. Never reveal your deepest emotional weakness too early. There is something beautiful about vulnerability, but vulnerability without wisdom becomes exposure. Many people have been taught that opening their hearts immediately is a sign of emotional maturity. They believe that revealing every wound, every fear, and every painful experience will automatically create deeper connections. Yet wisdom teaches patience. Trust is not built in a day. Respect is not established through emotional oversharing. Relationships are not strengthened by revealing everything at once. A wise woman understands that her emotional world is sacred. She does not hand the keys to her heart to someone simply because they showed interest in knowing her. Interest is not commitment. Attention is not loyalty. Kind words are not proof of character. There is an important difference between being open and being unprotected. Many women unknowingly give away their power when they reveal their deepest insecurities too early. They speak about their greatest fears before trust has been established. They confess every past disappointment before understanding the intentions of the person sitting across from them. Then, when relationships change, they discover that what was once spoken with vulnerability can sometimes be used without compassion. Wisdom does not fear vulnerability. Wisdom simply understands timing. Think about the strongest foundations ever built. They are never rushed. Every stone is carefully placed before the structure rises. Your emotional foundation deserves the same patience. A wise woman allows trust to grow naturally. She watches how a man behaves when circumstances become difficult. She observes whether his words remain consistent over time, because people reveal their true character not through what they say, but through what they repeatedly do. There is no urgency in revealing your deepest wounds. You are not obligated to share every painful chapter of your life simply because someone asks. You are allowed to protect your peace. You are allowed to take your time. You are allowed to let people earn access to the most sacred parts of your story. Emotional discipline is one of the greatest forms of self-respect. The world celebrates emotional expression, but rarely teaches emotional wisdom. They tell you to speak your truth immediately. They tell you to wear your heart on your sleeve. But wisdom asks a different question. Who has earned the privilege of hearing your truth? This question changes everything. Some people enter your life only temporarily. Some are curious, but not committed. Some are attracted to your kindness, but unwilling to protect your vulnerability. A wise woman understands this reality without becoming cynical or fearful. She remains kind. She remains compassionate. She remains authentic. But she also remains discerning. There is great strength in allowing relationships to unfold slowly. When you reveal yourself gradually, you create space for observation. You learn who someone truly is before allowing them to influence your emotional world. Your wounds are not conversation starters. Your pain is not something you owe anyone. Your healing journey deserves protection. Many people confuse emotional availability with emotional accessibility. These are not the same. Emotional availability means you are capable of genuine connection. Emotional accessibility means everyone receives immediate access. Wisdom understands the difference. The strongest hearts are not the ones that open immediately. They are the ones that know when to open and when to remain protected. Remember this truth. Protecting your emotional world is not selfish. It is necessary. The people who truly deserve to know your deepest fears will never demand immediate access. They will patiently earn your trust through consistency, respect, and genuine care. Trust is never built through promises alone. It is built through time, and time reveals everything. There is another truth many women overlook. When you constantly seek emotional security from another person, you slowly begin to place your identity into their hands. This brings us to perhaps the most important lesson of all. Never become so focused on being chosen that you forget the purpose for which you were created. 3. Never make a man the center of your purpose. One of the greatest mistakes a woman can make is forgetting who she is while trying to become what someone else desires. There is nothing wrong with love. There is nothing wrong with commitment. There is nothing wrong with building a meaningful relationship. But wisdom reminds us that relationships are meant to enrich your life, not become your entire life. A wise woman understands that before anyone entered her story, she already possessed value. She had dreams. She had purpose. She had gifts waiting to be developed. She had a life worthy of being lived. The moment she places another human being at the center of her existence, she begins surrendering pieces of herself she was never meant to abandon. Many people spend years chasing love while neglecting their own growth. They sacrifice their peace to maintain someone's approval. They change their values to avoid rejection. They make another person's happiness their greatest responsibility. Eventually, they wake up one day asking a painful question: who have I become? The answer often reveals that somewhere along the journey, they stopped choosing themselves. A wise woman loves deeply, but she never loses herself in the process. She understands that purpose must always remain greater than attachment. No human being should become your identity. No relationship should determine your worth. No person's opinion should define your future. When your entire emotional world depends upon another person's presence, fear begins to control your decisions. You become afraid of disagreement. You become afraid of disappointing them. You become afraid of being alone. And fear is a terrible foundation upon which to build any relationship. True love cannot flourish where self-abandonment exists. A wise woman continues investing in her mind, her health, her values, and her personal growth regardless of her relationship status. She understands that becoming her highest self benefits not only herself, but everyone around her. Relationships are strongest when two whole individuals walk beside one another, not when one person becomes emotionally dependent upon the other for meaning and purpose. Your purpose existed before someone chose you. It remains after someone leaves, and it continues to grow every single day that you choose to honor it. Never allow love to become an excuse for shrinking your potential. Continue learning, continue growing, continue becoming the woman you were meant to become. The truth is that people are naturally drawn to those who possess purpose. There is something deeply attractive about someone who lives with conviction and inner direction. When a woman knows who she is, she becomes difficult to manipulate because she no longer seeks validation outside herself. She respects herself enough to walk away from what dishonors her values. She values her peace more than temporary attention. She understands that being alone is infinitely better than abandoning herself for acceptance. The wisest women throughout history have understood a simple truth. Relationships are important, but they are never more important than one's character, purpose, and inner peace. Do not build your life around someone else's approval. Build a life so meaningful that anyone who enters it becomes a beautiful addition, not its foundation. You were never meant to become smaller so that someone else could feel larger. You were meant to stand firmly in your own purpose, walk confidently in your own truth, and protect the sacred value that already exists within you. Because the woman who guards her silence, protects her emotional world, and remains devoted to her purpose possesses something that can never be taken away, her inner power. 4. The difference between privacy and secrecy. There is a profound misunderstanding in today's world. Many people believe that if you choose not to reveal everything about yourself, you must be hiding something. They assume that privacy is dishonesty and that silence is deception. But wisdom teaches us something far more subtle. Privacy is not secrecy. Privacy is self-respect. Secrecy is driven by fear. Privacy is guided by wisdom. A wise woman understands this difference deeply. She knows that she does not need to explain every decision, share every struggle, or invite everyone into the most sacred corners of her life. She understands that protecting her inner world is not selfish, it is necessary. Not everything that is valuable should be visible. Think of the most precious treasures in human history. They were never left unguarded. They were protected because their value was understood. Your peace deserves protection. Your dreams deserve protection. Your healing deserves protection. Many people reveal too much simply because they feel uncomfortable disappointing others. They fear being misunderstood if they say, "I prefer to keep that private." Yet there is tremendous freedom that comes when you realize that privacy requires no apology. You do not need permission to protect your emotional space. The wisest people understand that there are different stages of trust in every relationship. Trust grows slowly, through consistency, character, and time. Access should grow in the same way. Imagine planting a seed in fertile soil. Would you dig it up every day to show everyone how much it has grown? Of course not. You would allow it to develop quietly beneath the surface until it becomes strong enough to stand on its own. Many dreams die because they are shared too early. Many relationships suffer because expectations are spoken before understanding is established. Many individuals lose confidence because they seek validation from people who have never earned the right to influence their journey. A wise woman protects what is still growing. She understands that some chapters of her life are meant to be lived before they are spoken about. Some victories are more meaningful when they arrive quietly. Some transformations become more powerful when they happen in silence. There is an ancient wisdom in becoming comfortable with being misunderstood for a season. Not everyone needs to know where you are going. Not everyone needs to understand why you have changed. Not everyone deserves a seat in the front row of your life. When you stop over-explaining yourself, something remarkable happens. You begin to reclaim your energy. Instead of spending hours justifying your choices, you invest that energy into living them. Instead of convincing others to understand your path, you simply continue walking it. The need to explain ourselves often comes from a desire to be accepted. But wisdom teaches us that acceptance from others is temporary. Self-respect is lasting. Privacy allows you to develop emotional independence. It teaches you that your worth is not determined by how much of yourself others approve of. The truth is that people who genuinely care for you will respect your boundaries. They will not pressure you to reveal what you are not ready to share. They understand that trust cannot be rushed. A wise woman knows that protecting her privacy is not building walls. It is building healthy doors. Walls keep everyone out. Doors simply require permission to enter. Your heart should have doors, not revolving ones. There is peace that comes when you no longer feel obligated to narrate your entire life. You become present, you become grounded, you become free from the exhausting need for external validation. Some of life's greatest transformations happen quietly. The butterfly does not announce its wings before they are ready. Neither should you. And once you understand the sacred value of privacy, something extraordinary begins to emerge naturally from your presence. People become curious, not because you are pretending to be mysterious, but because wisdom carries a quiet kind of magnetism. That is where true mystery begins. 5. Why mystery creates respect. There is something timeless about mystery. It cannot be manufactured. It cannot be forced. True mystery is not a game. It is simply the natural result of a person who values themselves enough not to reveal everything all at once. In a world that constantly encourages people to broadcast every thought, every achievement, and every emotion, there is something deeply refreshing about someone who remains centered and reserved. A wise woman understands that mystery is not about making others chase her. It is about remaining connected to herself. She knows that there is no need to perform her entire personality within the first Sulaviki. There is no urgency to reveal every detail of her life simply to make others comfortable. Human beings naturally appreciate what unfolds over time. Consider your favorite book. If someone revealed every chapter before you began reading, much of the beauty would disappear. Discovery creates appreciation. Relationships are no different. When someone earns the privilege of knowing you gradually, they value that journey far more than if everything had been handed to them immediately. Respect grows through discovery. Many people unintentionally diminish their own value because they believe they must immediately impress others. They speak excessively about their accomplishments, their struggles, or their future plans in an attempt to create connection. But genuine connection cannot be rushed. It unfolds naturally. A wise woman understands that she is not an advertisement. She is a human being whose depth deserves time to be understood. Mystery creates respect because it communicates something very important without ever speaking a word. It says, "I value myself enough to move slowly." When people realize that they cannot immediately understand everything about you, they begin paying closer attention to your actions rather than simply your words. Your consistency becomes more meaningful. Your character becomes more visible. Your values become more apparent. Respect begins where curiosity meets patience. There is also another important truth. Mystery protects you from people who are only interested in surface-level connections. Those who seek instant emotional access often become impatient when boundaries are present. They may mistake wisdom for distance or privacy for indifference. Allow them to misunderstand. The right people are never threatened by healthy boundaries. The right people appreciate depth. They understand that meaningful relationships are not built through urgency. They are built through trust. Many individuals unknowingly give away their emotional power because they desperately want to be liked. They reveal every insecurity, every dream, and every fear within moments of meeting someone new. This often comes from an unconscious fear of not being accepted. But acceptance that requires abandoning your wisdom is not acceptance at all. You do not need to become smaller, louder, or more available to deserve love and respect. True confidence is remarkably quiet. A wise woman does not seek attention. She attracts respect by remaining authentic, grounded, and intentional. There is elegance in being fully present without feeling the need to become the center of every conversation. There is beauty in allowing others to wonder what inspires you, what motivates you, and what dreams quietly guide your life. Mystery is not about hiding yourself. It is about allowing life to reveal you naturally. When you stop rushing to be understood, you become far more interesting than any carefully constructed image could ever be. People remember calmness. They remember dignity. They remember individuals who made them feel peace rather than pressure. And perhaps the greatest mystery of all is this: the less you seek attention, the more meaningful your presence becomes. Yet none of this wisdom is possible without mastering one final discipline, a discipline that has transformed lives throughout history. The discipline of speaking less and observing more. 6. The wisdom of speaking less and observing more. One of the greatest abilities you can cultivate in life is the ability to observe. Most people listen only long enough to prepare their next response. They speak to be heard rather than listening to understand. They reveal themselves before they have truly seen the person standing before them. Wisdom chooses a different path. A wise woman understands that observation is one of life's greatest teachers. People reveal themselves constantly. They reveal themselves through their habits, their treatment of others, their consistency, their emotional discipline, and the choices they make when no one is watching. You do not need to interrogate someone to understand their character. You simply need to become patient enough to observe it. Time reveals what words often conceal. Many painful experiences could be avoided if people spent less time speaking and more time paying attention. Observe how someone responds to disappointment. Observe how they speak about those who cannot benefit them. Observe whether they respect boundaries or seek to challenge them. Observe whether their actions consistently align with their promises. Character is not discovered through conversation alone. It is discovered through observation. There is tremendous wisdom in slowing down. Modern life rewards speed, instant messages, instant relationships, instant emotional investment. Yet wisdom has always moved slowly. A wise woman never allows loneliness, excitement, or attraction to replace discernment. She understands that emotions are beautiful servants but dangerous masters. She listens carefully, not only to what people say, but also to what they repeatedly do. There are moments when silence will teach you more about someone than an entire evening of conversation. Observe who becomes uncomfortable when you stop over-explaining yourself. Observe who respects your boundaries without taking them personally. Observe who remains consistent when circumstances become difficult. Life is constantly speaking, The question is whether you have become quiet enough to hear it. Many people lose their peace because they ignore what they observe. Their intuition quietly warns them. Their experiences offer valuable lessons. Yet they become distracted by words, charm, or potential. Wisdom pays attention. A wise woman trusts time. She understands that time has an extraordinary ability to reveal truth. Masks become difficult to maintain. Intentions become visible. Patterns become impossible to hide. This is why patience is such an important companion to wisdom. When you speak less, you create space to observe more clearly. When you observe more clearly, you make wiser decisions. When you make wiser decisions, you protect your peace. Speaking less does not mean becoming silent in fear. It means becoming intentional in your communication. It means understanding that your words carry weight and should therefore be used wisely. There is something deeply powerful about becoming comfortable with pauses in conversation. You no longer feel compelled to impress, entertain, or explain. You simply remain present. Presence itself becomes your strength. The wisest people are often the calmest people in the room. They do not rush toward conclusions. They do not become emotionally reactive. They watch, they listen, and they learn. Life rewards those who are willing to observe before they act. The woman who masters this discipline becomes difficult to deceive because she sees beyond appearances. She recognizes that respect is earned slowly and that trust deserves patience. She understands that silence can reveal more than speech. She protects her privacy without becoming distant. She embraces mystery without becoming manipulative. She values her purpose without abandoning her compassion. And so she moves through life with quiet confidence, never needing to announce her worth, because she has already learned the greatest truth of all. The deepest power a woman possesses is not found in what she reveals to the world. It is found in the wisdom she preserves within herself. You have now seen that true wisdom is not about controlling others. It is about mastering yourself. The two things a wise woman never gives away carelessly are her deepest emotional vulnerability and her life's purpose. She protects them not out of fear, but out of self-respect. Along the way, you discovered that sacred silence protects your peace. Privacy protects your growth. Mystery naturally creates respect. And observation reveals truths that words often conceal. The promise made at the beginning was simple, that 2 acts of wisdom could strengthen your self-worth, protect your peace, and inspire genuine respect without manipulation or pretending to be someone you are not. That promise has been fulfilled. A wise woman does not chase respect, she embodies it. She does not seek validation, she cultivates inner strength. She does not reveal everything simply to be accepted. She understands that what is sacred deserves protection. When you stop giving away your emotional world too soon and refuse to make another person the center of your purpose, something extraordinary happens. You become calm where others are reactive. You become grounded where others are dependent. You become valuable not because others say you are, but because you have learned to honor your own worth. Remember this, your silence is power, your boundaries are wisdom, and your purpose is sacred. Protect them wisely.